Let's start. Oh, bachu. So now it's the revenge of the electric car.
Sultan.
Okay. You're only showing the blanket.
Okay.
You can see in the middle there's a very nice car made by Tesla. That the name will be revealed later. But can you guess which car is that? Lupsi. Which? So this car is a very special car and was the first car of SpaceX. Tesla. Sorry, Tesla was a car company, electric car company, which made its first electric car here. It was manufactured 2012. That's all the detail I can give you, and I'll explain more now. Now, the name of the car is the Tesla Model S. The Tesla Model S was Tesla's first car and it was a huge success. It came out in 2012 and was called the car of the decade by many magazines. It has sold over 150,000 Model S's as of 2018. It had many cool features such as self-driving, 8 inches of screen to control almost everything of the car. It looked as a car of a future and was way ahead of its time. It was like a computer on wheels. Now let me explain that one by one. Tesla's first car was named the Model S. It could come in different varieties and was made 2012. Manufactured 2012 to be exact. This was when Tesla was a young company and was working on something new. In that time, Elon Musk was just gaining popularity, and people knew about Elon Musk, so they wanted to buy the Tesla. And the Tesla was a really, really good car. It has sold 150,000 until now, over 150,000 as of today. That's not a big of number, but that is still a lot for electric car. That's the most any electric car I've sold for now, and it is really difficult. It's really really difficult to bring something new technology and people liking the technology because people need to adjust for the technology, and it's really difficult for that. And to make it popular, in to make it that popular and selling that much in that amount of time, it is really make it the car of the decade. Decade meaning 10 years, but might be the century, but the century is not over. It had many, many cool features such as self-driving, 8 inches of screen to control almost everything out of the car. So it could drive by itself. You don't need a driver. And for that in 2012 was amazing. It was like magic. You just leave the wheel and it would drive for it by itself. You don't need to worry of crashing. You don't no worrying of hitting another car. And the interior was so nice. It was a luxury car actually in reality. It was a luxury car. It was pretty expensive. I don't want to disclose the price, but it was expensive.
How much? How much?
Hmm?
How much?
A lot,
Like how much?
like hundreds of thousands of
I
dollars.
don't know. Just saying don't want to disclose the price.
It's expensive, that's why.
Ah,
Okay. It was like a computer on wheels because the system of the Model S was like a computer. It had a big screen where you could do anything you want, maybe listen to music or control the roof or open the back door or lock the front door, back door. and it was way ahead of his time. What I mean is that at that time there was no car like this. It was very very futuristic. People would think this would come out maybe in the really really near, really far future, and it looks very good also. It looks very, and it's a luxury car. Many rich people can only buy this, but 150,000, that's a lot. Even the price is decreasing also, what I've heard. Let's move on. This is the Model X. So you can guess by the audio, this is the next follow-up car of Tesla. It was sedan. The name goes by Model X. And this was a sedan, like a family car.
Oh.
You can tell by the shape also.
Mm.
And let's see more detail now. Wait, okay, here. The Model X is a luxury sedan, which was also a hit, a much bigger than the Tesla Roadster. Now, there was another car called Tesla Roadster. It was not that big of a success, mostly because of the price tag and the popularity. It was not that successful as well. I think you've heard Tesla Roadster, but it only sold a few thousand, which is not that much compare what the Model X sold or the Model S sold. The Model S is currently the biggest hit of Tesla, but there's a new model coming called the Model 3, which came out very recently. I think 1 week ago it became public. So it's not mentioned in the book, so it's not mentioned in the presentation as well. It sold 72,059 units as of December 2017. It was a much improved version of the car of the decade, which was the Model S, with a much more expensive price tag. It had much more features. Deliveries began on 2015, but the car was initially designed in 2012, and the prototype was also shown in 2012. It could do things and had features such as Falcon wing doors, which was like doors that could go from down to up like this. Look at me.
Parang wing.
Mm. One is that. It had ballet mode, which made the car dance, and automatically closing front door. When when you leave the car, it automatically closes the front doors without you going out. Auto summon. This
Means
is really nice feature. Auto summon. Let me
means what?
explain. Suppose, okay, you're going somewhere and the car is very far from where you parked. Now you want to bring the car here, but there's no driver.
Mm.
So there's this app when you download, and there's a button called auto summon, which brings the car towards you by itself. No driver, it will just come towards the location which of the phone where the phone is,
Mm.
and the phone usually is with you, so it comes towards you. And this is really nice, which I really like that. And a panoramic windshield is like this, you could go see up like whole way. It's really nice, and much more. These are just very few features I kept. These are really nice. Ballet mode actually really fun feature Elon Musk kept last minute. I don't know why he would do that. Let me explain to you now. This whole car. So no, now see, the Model X was initially designed by initially designed on 2012. Actually, since the company started, they had a plan to make like a sports car and a luxury car.
Mm.
I mean a luxury sedan.
Mm.
Sedan, you know what is a sedan, like big
Mm.
cars,
Mm.
tall. And it had seats for 7 people. You could fit your entire family there. It was really nice. Still a luxury sedan, so pretty expensive. Tesla is actually a luxury car brand. More than that, runs on pure electricity, and you can. There's this own one. They have their own website where you can design how your car will look, because they have many different options for your car, maybe hundreds of options, from engines to the design. You can change entirely this your car. So you design that, and that lets you see, and then you can order that. So it's very custom also, you can see. The same with the Model S, and the Model S is previous version. Now Model S and the Model X are really similar, just that this is a sedan, and it has much more features than the Model S. People actually, much of the people don't many people don't know about these features because they don't search, because most of the people who buy the Model X doesn't have time, because they're mostly rich. And I was listening, I heard that during a podcast while I was making this presentation. uh I think I should, okay, now let's move on to the future of tech.
What was that? When you was listening the podcast?
Yeah, it was a long podcast, I think 2 hours long. While I was making the presentation, I was listening,
Oh,
and he was actually talking more about the space things than the Tesla.
yeah.
So I'll talk about the podcast more later. That actually helped me a lot.
Mm.
Now let's move on to the future of Tesla. Tesla is the leading company in electric cars currently. That's true, and I think it will stay the same way if Elon Musk will remain the CEO of the company. He can transform the meaning of the electric car. He can see what will happen if he does a certain thing, and what makes him one of the most awesome and brilliant person in the world. Now, before explaining all of that, I want to explain the past and the present of Tesla. Tesla was actually invested by Elon, actually, not currently founded. Invested a lot and is the highest shareholder also of Tesla. And Tesla was named after Nikola Tesla. I think you know Nikola Tesla, the AC motor one.
Mm.
They named it Tesla to contribute to the motor that the car uses, which is the AC motor. And the AC motor is the motor we all use today, but never in this electric car. Tesla was the first company to use the motor in their car. They gained popularity soon in mid 2012. They released their first car, and Elon Musk also started to gain popularity. Tesla made Elon Musk their public face in, while all the programs or broadcasts are showing a new vehicle that they made. As of today, Tesla has not made much cars. They have made 4 cars until now, including the Model 3, which is very latest, 1 week ago. So those include the Model S, the Model X, the Model E, I mean the Model 3, and the Tesla Roadster. Now, let me talk about the present. Tesla currently is in a middle of transition from being this company, which was pretty successful, into being one of the greatest. You can tell that already by the Model 3, how many pre-orders they have or the sales. This is all due to Elon Musk. Now, I read in one of the chapters of the book, he was really picky about the engineers. He didn't look for people who had an engineering degree or past college or something like that. They just
Oh.
looked, Elon looked for engineers who design their own products or their own
Mm.
things. Because Tesla is, as you can see, is making very, very different cars from others.
Mm.
One of the reason is that because of the engineers and how Elon hires them. And this is actually working. Tesla has over 30,000 employees currently, all over the world. And the Model X was actually made in Netherlands as one of their branch factory. Sorry. And now let's come to the future. Currently, it is still the leading company of electric cars, but I'm sure it can be one of the leading company in all types of car, not just in electricity field.
No,
Ah,
I just I'm listening, okay?
unta mo lang ni Alchilera, sir.
Not books.
Now, this can only happen if Elon Musk could still be the CEO of the company, because it is him who made the company like that. And I'm sure Tesla will lose popularity and the car making design that they had when Elon Musk is here. He can transform the meaning of an electric car. People didn't even know if that was a good investment on buying an electric car. But I'm sure that's the the future of transportation, the electric car. Because one day petrol and diesel will run out, people will start getting more conscious about it. And they will resort to electric cars. There are still many electric cars here, uh, but not as much as the diesel petrol. I'm sure the number will decrease and the electric car number will increase. And Elon Musk is really smart because he knows what will happen in the future. He knows that what will be successful in the future.
Mm.
Tesla as an electric car company, he knew that electric car will be really needed in the future. SpaceX, he knew that space exploration will be one of the major things in our future and will earn a lot of money from it. Solar city, solar panels, that will be the next type of energy. He even thought of online banking, uh, which is still today used, and it is the future. So he knows what will happen in the future, what will be successful, what will not. Uh, People like him and I think all the successful people, because when I read the Steve Jobs book, he knew what will happen and he invested on what he thought would be the future. And it's very similar also.
Oh.
Right. The unified field theory of Elon Musk. This is the chapter's name. This basically covers Solar City. Solar City. After Elon's success in Tesla and SpaceX, which was an environment friendly company, he started a solar panel company called Solar City. It was a company Elon wanted to help in development in solar, which him and I also think will be the future of energy. Solar City has a parent company, which is Tesla. One of the reasons why Elon made the company is to help Tesla for the future cars. It will be definitely be the alternative of oil. So Elon had success in Tesla, of course, and it was a green, environment friendly company. he made another one of those solar city, which I'm sure he thought that this would be the future of energy. This would be the future of energy because this is unlimited. We can harness it every time. Uh, the amount of energy the sun produce is really really big. We just don't know how to harness it. If we harness it, it will be even if we harness let's say 0.1% of the energy the sun has produced, then we would be set for life. It will maybe 1 million years we will have the needed energy to fuel our civilization. So
So instead of making electric car, why he did not make solar car?
because it's still long time for the development to make the solar car. Real difficult also. Electricity also there. Solar cars also it's there, but once you think about it, like in deeper, let's say, suppose the battery fuel, there is no way it can contain that fuel or maybe backup fuel. What do you think? There's no actual motor to convert that solar energy into motor energy, which would move the wheels.
Mm.
So electric car is the best way. And he's also thinking of making a solar car, but it's just difficult currently. There is only one person who made a solar car, I believe. I saw in TV.
Is that which country?
America. It was really not nice. Also, can see the roof was like flat, solar panels, and then the shape of the car was like this. This was straight, and the solar panel made like this. So now it will be an alternative of oil for sure, because we all know petrol will run out one day. It will be finished. Now what do we do? Electricity? No. How will we fuel our cars? Electricity. The one is electricity. How will we fuel other things like because electricity also takes time and it's difficult to produce compared to solar city where you just keep a panel and then it collects free energy which is giving away from the sun for free. So that is really nice. I'm actually surprised why is it not that popular today, the solar concept of solar energy. Why? What are you looking?
Continue.
What? I'm sure this should be the definite alternative of oil. What do you think, Lopsy? Yeah, so let's continue now. Solar City is still a company working under Tesla, but actually, even though the stocks are same, they are recognized as two different companies, but have the same CEO, Elon Musk. The logo looks like the logo looks like yeah. That's why one of the reason. Yeah, I was going to say the logo looks like this. If you didn't know. Now, yeah, one of the reason also that Tesla is the parent company of Solar City and why Elon Musk founded Solar City is to fuel for the batteries, help in the development and engineering and creation of the batteries for the Tesla cars. And he invested 10 million to start Solar City, which I think is still a success, but I'm sure it will be a bigger one in the future. It just helps Tesla currently. Let's move on. Actually, I'm feeling tired, so just listen to this. Let me explain. Elon Musk was one of the best man I've ever known before Tesla. With his second. And I don't know why, but he's so special. He's so special. And I admire him more after I read the book. His life was relatively easy, but what he did with that was amazing. A simple man from a simple home with special desire to turn piece of metal to a computer on wheels. And he is awesome. I would like to conclude by saying, actually, no, I will not conclude. This is just 8 seconds. Okay. What I mean to say is, Elon Musk will be the savior of humanity.
No.
Without him, the next 50, 60, 70 years, I really think in the near future, maybe 100 years, 200, 1,000 years, we will be extinct. But for this man, ambitions
You really like
and
Elon Musk, huh?
his mouth, which cannot speak well. So Lopsy calls him Thotibudo.
What?
But that's fine. Yeah, everyone has their defects.
What, Buro?
Tesla, SpaceX, SolarCity, PayPal, Zip2, X.com. He has done many things. The field of all electronics, he is modern day Tesla for me. He made a company with electric cars and made it worldwide famous. That's very difficult. You cannot bring a new technology and people will like it. It takes very long time for people to adjust and like the technology. He did like that. Can you listen? Give us a okay. So he did it like that. That's difficult. He made a reusable rocket, a thing that could go to space and come back in exactly the spot. If he wanted, he could spin the rocket and land it on top of my head. That's how accurate it was. And it was magnificent, beautiful. And I'm sure one day these companies are still very young. Even though he's old, these companies are young. They have a long way to go. What? He would be remembered as my hero. I don't know about you. And he is one of the greatest person I ever know. And I will conclude this time by saying, uh, he's a great man. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay.
Oh, yeah. What is melon task? The Lopsy is laughing now.
Okay, continue.
But what is melon task?
I like Elon Musk.
Elon Musk?
Oh, Elon Musk. I just skip different. Wait,
Tapos na?
not. Wait. Aray ko! I have here cutting and
Okay,
then
sorry.
putting, making like a baby. Don't like. Continue. Okay, question time. Question time. Yay. It's like Lopsy now. Then mom's then Lopsy again. Okay, question time.
What's that one?
Lopsy first.
The recording one.
Huh?
Recording one.
You want to listen?
Not this one.
Stop.
No.